Shalom. We all praise the Yahweh Shem Yahushua. The Lines to the Apostle GMS. We're out here on location, Baltimore, Maryland, Fells Point. At a monument, or I guess you can call it. What would they even call this? Monument, whatever, memorial.
Yeah, memorial.
Of Fredrick Douglass. Okay. And who we know in the spirit was like one of those Martin Luther King type figures, you know, a role model for Negroes to look up to. When we understand that this so-called black history has been nothing but a snare and a setup for us to follow our true heritage and to just follow after what Esau set up for us. You know what I'm saying?
Come on.
Let me get a quick scripture. You got facts on it, right?
Yeah, come on.
Let me get a scripture and bring something out.
Come on.
These Proverbs. This Proverbs 12, verse 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beasts, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. Okay, so the tender mercies of the wicked are, and that's the wicked right there too, by the way. That's the wicked's children.
Yeah.
Having fun at Fells Point, where they used to sell us. You see the waters? When they used to sell us, man, from slave ships, put us on auctioning blocks, right? And they still benefiting from it today, man. But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel, bro. Like, what's a tender mercy? Setting up something like this and telling you, like, hey, you black people, we've had a great history, right? Civil rights movement, and they set up all these idols, Rosa Parks, Malcolm X, when all of them, first off, they were coons. Well, besides Malcolm X at least wasn't a coon. You see why they put him to death, right? And really because he was coming out saying, hey, y'all are the dry bones, man. Talking about alluding to Ezekiel 37. Okay? Because Esau let these men set up things like this to try to get you engaged in this society, set up things like Nation of Islam, but as soon as you talk about you're an Israelite or I'm a Jew, they shut it down and it's a problem, man. But this is a tender mercy of the wicked that's cruel, bro. First of all, they telling you your history starts when you came off of a slave ship. That's what they telling you. That our history started in West Africa when they was rounding us up, man. That's what they teaching Jake in school. You know what I'm saying? And the so-called natives is even worse off. This is their land, right? They teaching them, the natives and the Indians, they traded with one another and everything's good. Well, why are they not on their land? Why are they on reservations, man? So everything about this society is a lie. You know what I'm saying? Including this and all the other idols, bro. This is nothing but an idol that's going to be destroyed, man. What you got? Bring us some facts about this guy, man. Because this is not a guy you're supposed to be looking up to, bro. Right. First of all, through the spirit, we know he's more than likely a terror anyway. All right? He's a damn Edomite.
Yep.
What you got?
All right, so basically looking into some information, I found that, this person, Fredrick Douglass here, or they call him Fredrick, let me see here, his name. Right, so through the spirit, this guy is a terror or whatnot, He basically met Abraham Lincoln in the summer of 1863, okay? And basically during that time, they came up with the Emancipation Proclamation. So this guy right here, that's a goddamn terror, okay, basically helped Abraham Lincoln from having our people, or us Israelites, you Southern Kingdom, basically proclamating you to be private-owned slaves, right, to corporate slaves. And look at us today. We got 3 9-to-5 jobs and we still can't fucking make it, but we gotta look up to this bullshit.
That's absolutely right, because you know what? The Civil War that was fought, you had the Confederacy and the Union, or the Yankees, right? They didn't want to free us because they loved us or something like that. They were getting ready, that was in the time of, the Industrial Revolution. They were getting ready to, okay, there's going to be no more private-owned, slaves in this society. We want everybody to be a corporate slave. Right. And guess what happened right after 1865 when they so-called freed the slaves.
Right.
Right after that, you had like 20, maybe 18, 19, 20 years later, you had the damn SSI
Yeah.
starting to start up, man. The Social Security
Yep.
to number you, man. That's why when you look at your Social Security card, your name is in all capitals, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a property, man. You're property of the state of Maryland or the state of Texas or the
Yep.
state of California, wherever you are.
Your Social Security card is tied to a bank account going to the National Treasury over there in Europe. Okay, like
Exactly.
the UK. And
You
whatnot.
are you're property, man.
Yep.
And they treat you like property, bro. And that's really what the Confederacy was fighting against, right?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because, by the way, the Confederacy, they wanted to keep their slaves because why? They wanted to continue to prosper.
Yep.
But then you had the bankers saying, like, we ain't dealing with that.
Exactly.
Right?
And you know what, bro? That's the spirit, because I got an article on that too. What you're saying?
That's right.
Because the North and the South, okay, was divided between two different bankers. Okay, and it's gonna go into that, and basically, let me see here. Like the South basically disagreed with the North, and the North was really desperate to getting this this whole corporate slavery, because they put too much of their resources into all these factories, and they wanted to catch up with Europe.
They needed workers. Man.
Okay, yeah, okay, it wasn't about loving you and freeing you.
Oh, and let me say a quick side note. And that's why, another thing too, you know, because when we see the average Edomite, what do they say? My family was poor. We didn't own slaves. Well, guess what? You was the ones castrating us. Y'all was the ones in the lynch mobs. That was y'all poor devils, man.
Yeah.
That wasn't the rich Caucasoids, man. We were, because think about it. If you have a slave, that's property of yours. You know, you're making that's your merchant. That's your, what's the word I'm looking for, man? That's your income, man.
Yeah.
Why would you be castrating and hanging things that's making you money?
Exactly.
It was the cash cow, man.
Yeah.
All the lynch mobs, that was you poor Edomites, bro.
Exactly.
Straight up. Because now, niggers, as you call them, nigga, you got to work side by side with them, man.
Yeah.
And you couldn't deal with it, bro. And by the way, emancipate means to transfer the ownership of, man.
Exactly.
We just got transferred, bro. From being privately owned to being owned by the state.
Yeah.
Being owned by this system.
And you know something else? Even these so-called white people are a victim of their own system, but they're living at a higher bracket. Okay,
Right, yeah.
so that's why they don't see that, oh, well, I'm not struggling. I'm over you.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's like basically setting up all the winners of Monopoly while everybody else has to play the losers, which is our people. But I'm gonna go into this article about the Civil War and what this man has done to accomplish our basically corporate slavery today. Okay. It says the American Civil War was engineered by the Rothschild banking elite. It says the Rothschilds used a divide and conquer strategy to take back America by creating a conflict between the North and the South. Okay, just like you said, oh, well, you have these poor Negroes in slavery. You need to fight for humanity, whatever, that propaganda, right? It says the North was to be a British colony annexed to Canada and under the control of Lionel Rothschild. That's the Union, okay? That's the Union side. And it says the South was to be a French colony given to Napoleon III of France and under the control of James Rothschild.
You see that? So, I mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Let me get the precept real fast. That's what Esau does, man. All these wars since he came back into power in the 1500s, they've been on both sides, man.
Exactly.
They fund both sides, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This is nothing but, this is just a game to Esau. This is like, you sank my battleship type thing to
And
Esau.
hey, you know something too, bro? That's why you got America and Russia today.
Exactly. They funded. They're on both sides, man.
Exactly.
I'm gonna get this. It's Proverbs 28. I'm gonna start at 11. The rich man is wise in his own conceit, right? And that's what the white man is. He's rich in his own conceit, man. Because you know what? I mean, he's smart. He's wise in his own conceit because he thinks him being able to, you know, get his new world order going and everything like that. He feels as though he can accomplish it because he sees how the society is so dumbed down, man. Like
Yep.
everybody celebrated Christmas yesterday.
Yeah.
They don't even know what it goes back to, man.
Exactly.
That's why they look at you people like cattle. That's why they're going to brand you like cattle with the RFID chip, right?
Exactly.
It says, but the poor that have understanding searcheth him out. And right now, we're the ones that are lonely and poor. We're searching out the truth, man.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Jake, in this society, we were talking about it walking up. They don't see what's going on in this society, man. You give Jake a PS4, a college degree, and a job making 70 grand, he's like, I'm straight, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not oppressed.
Yep.
They don't see it, bro. And first of all, it's not about you, man. It's about your people, bro.
Exactly.
That's what's wrong with Jake, man.
Yep.
These Edomites still fight for each other. What about our people, right? You ask a so-called Negro, right? The state that his people, the condition his people is in, they'll say, I'm me. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Acting like it don't affect him, man.
Exactly.
But they still look at you like a nigga, bro. That's what Jake don't get. Let me keep going real quick.
Go on.
Proverbs 28:12, when the righteous men do rejoice, there is great glory. But when the wicked rise, a man is hidden. Just like we read, the brother just brought out, the North and the South, both of those are being funded by the same devils, man.
Yeah. Go on.
They're hidden, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. That's
Did you
what
wanna say
they.
something?
Yep. I'm gonna finish this too. It says the South was to be a French colony given to Napoleon III of France, and under the control of James Rothschild. And it
Yep.
says here, right, and that's the South, right?
Yep.
And it says Abraham Lincoln opposed this destruction of America.
Wait,
by-
say that again. He did what?
Abraham Lincoln opposed this destruction of America by issuing the greenback to fund its defense against the international bankers.
Man, that's probably why they put his ass to death, by the way,
Exactly.
too, man. He went against the grain, man. Him and John F. Kennedy.
Yep.
Kennedy, it's not a coincidence after Kennedy's talking about secret society is a damn bullet go through his damn head, man.
Exactly.
Him and Lincoln went against the grain, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all talk about Trump so much. Trump is taking orders, bro. He's not, come on, man.
Yeah, yeah.
A million followers on Twitter, bro.
Come
He's
on.
not even tweeting that shit, man.
Right.
Come on, bro. A man is hidden, man.
Exactly. And it says here about the greenback, it says interest free and later redeemable in gold, and it says government printed. Okay, but you know that this dollar bill, this great, look at it today, man. It's gonna crash. Okay, because you know little peons like these guys right here, they're not gonna have their luxury any longer. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be
Hey,
broke.
y'all know the dollar's crashing?
What was that?
You guys know the dollar's crashing? What? You didn't know that? Pretty soon, paper money's not gonna be money anymore. We'll have RFID chip. Yeah, they don't know, bro.
Exactly.
But those are just the average devils we talk about.
exactly.
The
Bro.
average Edomites.
He said, I don't believe in that because he's living large.
Well, Romans 3, man. What if some did not believe? You Edomites, we know you don't believe, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Seeing is believing. All right?
Exactly.
But they want us to believe in this. See, it all goes back to the damn devil, man. They want us to believe in Fredrick Douglass. They put up trash like this, man. It's gonna all be destroyed. And was there more on that?
Yeah, it says right here, it says the bankers wouldn't stand for this 5 days after the South surrendered on April 14th, 1865, because the summer of 1863, that's when this fucking tear, okay, Frederick Douglass met Abraham Lincoln and they established the emancipation, right? And then, 2 years later, this is the time when Lincoln, got assassanated, right?
It took his ass out, man.
Exactly. It says
He was
that.
at a theater or something like that.
Exactly.
They ran out right behind him, bro.
Yep. And it says on April 14th, it says Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth, a member of the Knights of the Golden Circle. So this guy was a Freemason or a part of a secret society.
Secret society.
Okay, just like you said, how they took out John F. Kennedy, right?
Exactly, because he spoke against it.
Exactly.
He went against the grain, man. You got a precept?
Let me see.
Let me get some.
Where's that? Hide me from the secret council of the wicked.
Psalm 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, the secret council of the wicked, man.
Yeah, want to get that, bro?
And I got you.
Because this new world order is coming, man. Okay, it don't matter if you're small or big, great, free or bond.
And Jake is not big here.
Yeah, exactly.
Who's the biggest star or whatever you can think of? What, P. Diddy, man?
Right.
He's all the money you think he has, that's nothing compared to the person that's writing his checks, man.
Right.
Edomite.
So like, hey, bro, you want 15-15 or?
Huh?
One every 15?
No. Keep it rolling.
Okay, I got you.
Keep it going. All right. Psalm 64 and hold on. And 2. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquities.
Exactly, because this is the point. Even though you people don't see the economical slavery, okay, the corporation, the slavery that we're in this society, but soon enough they're gonna put it in your face. Okay, all you people gotta take this chip to live and operate in this society. Okay, and you can ask these average peons, they're not with it, but it's gonna be forced. Okay, you got FEMA. Okay, it's gonna be, this place in a couple of days is gonna turn into a third world country real soon.
And we're supposed to be hidden. We're supposed to pray to be hidden from their secret council, because they've been plotting on us for hundreds of years, man.
Exactly.
And again, they set up the idols. Douglas, Martin Luther King, Rosa. They set them up, bro. So our people will think that, hey, we're making progress in this society.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no progress being made. This thing is stagnant, bro. The only progress is being made is that the elites are furthering their new world order, and they're destroying the middle class.
Exactly.
They don't want a middle class. They want the rich and the poor. Man.
Exactly.
That's all it is, bro. And again, that's why our people, we have to search out what our real leaders and idols should be, which it all goes back to the book, actually.
Right.
And I'm gonna read the precept real fast. It all goes back to the book, man. To the holy scriptures. Our people fell away from this. That's why we was able to be put in those snares to begin with. All right. You're not gonna be.
I got another precept for you too.
You're not gonna be able to save yourselves. No man shall redeem you, bro. Besides Yahweh Shai. Precept, yeah, read it.
Salakia. I don't have my. Let me get my phone.
Let me read this real fast since I got this. This is Psalms 40 and 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me, man. So Yahweh Shai is in these pages. You know what I'm saying? This is the comforter right here. Okay? Alluding to Romans 15 and 4. This is the comforter, man. Not some man that's walking around. Definitely not Fredrick Douglass, right? Was Fredrick Douglass the comforter? Or did he just tell our people to coon out?
Yeah, basically.
It wasn't the comforters, bro.
Right. I got Psalm 73 and 3. It says, "For I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked."
You see that? And you're not supposed to choose none of the wicked's ways either. Our people are envious. They want to be something in the society, man. They want to be keeping up with the Joneses. You know what I'm saying? You got our men. It goes back even the times of Malcolm X, right? Really, he was all about, you know what I'm saying? Salakia. He was all about us separating from the white man, which is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
But even when you look at like our father's times, right? Or our grandfathers, when it was coming up, you had Jake, he wanted to have the conch looking like the white man.
Right.
And just like you fast forward today, you got our sisters that want to walk around with the blonde weave.
Yeah, the weave.
They're envying the oppressor, bro.
Exactly.
You're not supposed to envy the oppressor, bro.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a sickness.
You know damn well this nigga had suit and ties on trying to be the damn white man, man.
Right. Because he knew his bloodline was his father was the name of his name was Aaron his father's name was Aaron Salakia. Let me get that. I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna get a precept while you get that.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is the book of Isaiah, Yeshaya. Book of Isaiah 42 and 24. Isaiah 42:24. All right, it says, "Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers?"
Come.
There's a question. Who did that, man? The Most High Yahweh. Did not the Lord? against whom we have sinned, all right? For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law, man. So that's why we in the condition we in, bro. And we're not gonna be able to rise up, build communities. Don't you understand? This is the same pamphlet Esau had back in the 60s, man.
Yep.
Marching around like something's gonna happen and you'd be different. It's the same. This is a revamp. That's all it is.
Yep.
There ain't no progress, man. At all, bro. You good?
Yeah,
We stopped at 30?
no, I'm just trying to get the camera to zoom in.
Okay, kind. You know, it's the same pamphlet, bro. But the elect's waking up to it. The elect is waking up to it.
Yeah,
bro.
gone.
We're not gonna be able to fall for that stuff anymore. The elect. Right? At least the grain's not gonna fall, okay?
Gone.
Hey man, did the pamphlet ever change?
Huh?
Hey, can I ask you a quick question? Oh no. Hey, get ready to be destroyed.
Gone.
She got the right to say no. But in the kingdom she ain't gonna be saying no.
Right. He's gonna say master.
She like an old devil. That's really like you remember the 70s?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was walking in my neighborhood one time, probably early during the summer, and this old fucking crinkly white woman comes out. Ain't the weather hot?
Yeah.
Just because I was there and shit, you know. They hate our presence, but
I fucking hate her too.
yeah, come on.
Isaiah 42:25. Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger and the strength of battle, and it hath set him on fire round about. Yet he knew not, and it burned him, yet he laid it not to heart, okay? And that fire is talking about the hell we went through, man. That nobody's ever did anything to try to reverse. We've never had reparations or any type of anything like that. Section 8 is not reparations. Setting up these monuments is not reparations, okay?
Right.
The Blacks and Wax Museum is not reparations, man. You're just furthering the confusion.
Come on.
That's all they was doing.
That's
Yeah, get it.
facts. This is so some history, some facts about this guy, right? This devil, this goddamn tear. All right. It says Fredrick Douglass was born, as can best be determined, in February 1817. He took the 14th as his birthday because during this time they wanted Jake to be so docile during our enslavement that they didn't want you to know your age, okay? All right, they wanted you. The only thing they wanted you to know was your new slave name, Toby. That's the only thing they allowed. They didn't allow us to read.
Yep.
They didn't allow us to write. They didn't allow us to know any type of numbers, okay?
Exactly.
They didn't even want us to know our birthdays
Yep.
or how old we are, but our slave names, right? That's why he made up his birthday. And it says, on the eastern shore of Maryland, right, his mother, from whom he was separated at an early age, was a slave named Harriet Bailey. She named her son Fredrick Augustus Washington Bailey. He never knew or saw his father. Now, that's because, you know, she envied the oppressor. She was raped, okay? Because early on, when they had their slaves, they allowed their masters to produce more slaves by raping them and by committing incest. And his mother was raped by, his name was Captain Anthony, aka Aaron Anthony, which is his first slave master and supposedly, positively his father. Okay, because he was a cruel man. He hated his mother. He raped his mother, and he loved whipping his aunt and whatnot. His aunt's name was Aunt Hester or whatever. But they basically, he was pretty spoiled in his childhood, and he was able to be a house nigga and learn how to read. The white kids would share their homework with him. That's where he became a good orator. Okay, he had a real influential and strong style of being a speaker.
Yeah, set this puppet up.
Exactly. He was basically prepped to be a good puppet. You know what I'm saying? And right here it says, his father, Captain Anthony Douglas, first master and probably his father, It says, and in his biographies too, he said positively he knows that that's his father. Okay, so he is a so-called white man. All right. It says Anthony is the clerk for Cornell Lloyd, managing Lloyd's surrounding plantation and the overseers of the plantation. So he was in charge of all the other overseers of this guy's plantation.
Yeah, and you see the same thing today, man.
Exactly.
It's the same script, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
It
Set
says
the puppet leaders up. But then Jake, like here in Baltimore, we got, what's the mayor's name? Catherine Pugh.
Yeah.
She's a so-called black woman, and people say, see, we got black leaders in there. No, dumbass. She's being controlled, bro.
Exactly.
There's no decision she can really make, man.
Right. It says Anthony,
a man is hidden, man.
Right. It says Anthony is a cruel man who takes pleasure in whipping his slaves, especially Douglas Aunt Hester, right? Right here.
You say he took pleasure in whipping the slaves?
Yeah, yeah.
But Esau ain't gonna get no payback.
Right, right.
But we ain't gonna take pleasure in whipping the slaves.
Right.
We're not gonna take pleasure in whipping the slaves, though.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna take a lot of pleasure. You know what I'm saying? Meditate terror. You know,
From
day and night.
women.
It says Douglas knows only that his father is a white man, though many people say that his master is his father. He explains that slaveholders often impregnated their female slaves. A law ensures that mixed-race children become slaves like their mothers. Thus, slaveholders actually profit from this practice of rape, as it increases the number of slaves they own. Douglas explains that such mixed-race slaves have a worse lot than other slaves, as the slaveholder's wife, insulted by their existence, ensures that they either suffer constantly or are sold off. Douglas considers that the existence of such a large population of mixed-race slaves contradicts arguments that justifies American slavery through the supposed inferiority of the African race.
Yeah, we were so inferior, but we built this place up, though.
Exactly.
How many minutes we in, Out?
We are 27.
Okay, kind. Yeah, we were so inferior, right? But we built this place up for you, though.
Exactly.
If we were so inferior, you had no reason to come and get us.
Exactly, yeah.
I mean, you know
Go
what I'm
get the Chinese.
Right, yeah, right. Why didn't you get the real Africans?
Right.
Y'all knew what y'all was doing, man.
But this thing is so deep is because even before that, they knew who we were. They knew who they wanted.
Yeah.
Okay? Why do you think you got, in Las Vegas, you got all the Egyptian customs? Because they're letting you know our history. We were enslaved over there by the Hamites, the Sudanese, the ancient Egyptians.
Yeah.
Okay? That's why they got a different obelisks around these different cities, ancient Babylon, because they knew we were in slavery over there. They putting it in our face. Why do you think the pyramids on the dollar bill? You know what I mean? Even the pagan Roman Empire, this is reincarnated all over again. They know who they are. And even in those empires, they reincarnated the different idols and deities that we were slave and subject unto, you know? So this all they're doing is continuing to try to brainwash our people, you know?
Right, yeah, exactly.
You know?
That's all they do, man. But again, hold up.
What you got, bro?
I got a preset. As always. Hey, man, what do you know about Fredrick Douglass? I'm just curious.
What do I know about him?
Yeah.
Well, I know that he was born on the Eastern Shore, and that
Oh, we're college students. That's right.
your college students, you don't know much?
No,
I
Ron?
just want to know what you knew.
What
So,
I know,
yeah.
I was born on the Eastern Shore, and he came here. I don't know whether he was an enslaved person, and
He was
came,
born a slave.
Yeah.
he was born. I guess he was born a slave. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I like to say enslaved person because we can't really label somebody a slave, because actually Fredrick Douglass was one of those guys who became a free person. He came to Fells
Oh,
Point
thank you.
with a family.
So he became free.
Well, he escaped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the age of 20.
At the age of 20,
Went up to New York and met that woman, I forgot her name. She's from Baltimore.
not Harriet Tubman.
No.
No.
This is a different. This is.
Well,
this,
he had either a wife or a girlfriend. I can't
Yeah,
remember. And they sort of schemed to try to get him on the train.
Exactly.
And he had been dressed like a free man, so
Mhm.
he was able to pass for free.
Yeah.
And so he took the train up, and he became free, and he was a great orator.
Yeah.
I think he was a very wise man. He was an abolitionist. And
So
then...
abolish slavery, right?
Huh?
Yeah, abolitionists against slavery.
Against slavery. And then he came back here, and it was probably when he had started his shipbuilding, which was, that was the building that they had. And he also bought land on Dallas Street, and he built 2 or 3 houses there. I think he built houses in Washington, D.C. as well.
Can I make a statement to you?
Yeah.
You said slavery was abolished. What if I told you that slavery was never abolished?
I agree. Slavery was never abolished.
There's different forms of slavery. Like,
and it is heart-wrenching.
because before 1865, when we was emancipated, right, that was hardcore slavery, like out in the field getting whipped slavery. But now we're corporate slaves.
I agree.
And we all work for someone. And the word employee means slave when you break the word down. Employees are slaves. I got just one question. I know it's cold for you. One more question. Do you believe in God? Just curious. You believe in the Bible? I know Christmas was yesterday. You believe in Jesus?
Certainly Jesus walked on this earth, and I believe that there is a great wisdom.
Yeah.
And some people call that being God. Some people call that energy Buddha nature. Some people call that energy Allah. So
you say there's many forms of God, you saying?
Let me read. I'm gonna read on one thing, and then we're gonna get back to it. Well, no, you can. I'm not trying to cut you off, but I just want to. Actually, I'd like to hear your reaction to this, because this is what we do. This is Revelation 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity. Now we know what captivity means, right? Like going to the west coast of Africa, making people, putting them on shit, or even here, right? The Native Americans. They were the first slaves. The reason why they went to Africa was because the Native Americans, they were escaping and they knew the land really well. You know what I mean? And they couldn't really keep them as slaves because they would fight back. They wouldn't eat. You know what I mean? So they're like, hey, we need to do something else. And then they went to Africa and got slaves, you know? So it says, he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. This is in the book of Revelation. So we know that this is going to happen. It's future prophecy.
well, maybe people who are wealthy are in captivity, in a kind of captivity, because they need to continue their wealth, and maybe that's actually keeping them from being free.
Well, I see the spin you put on that, but the thing is this. In the Bible, it talks about what a God of the Bible talks about an eye for an eye.
Well, that's true. That's in the Old Testament, and we can take any part of the Bible and we can make it mean anything.
No, there's no private interpretation, though. That's in 1 Peter 2.
We can take any part of any book, any part of any clip, and make it mean anything.
Mm-mm.
But if we really look at the lives of people who we all admire, like Jesus, what we need to do is look at what people did, not what they said, but what they did. And you know what? I actually have meditation tonight, and this is my friend Sophie, and she traveled 4 hours to come visit. And so we're going to keep on our walk. But what's your name?
My name is Yakalba.
Yakaba?
Yakalba. Oh, that's fine, man. We don't really do that.
You don't.
Second Thessalonians.
What's your name?
My name is Karathaza.
Karathaza.
That's
you know
Hebrew, by the way. We're the real Jews. Not sure if you knew that.
Are you?
Yeah, you know the Jewish people?
Yeah.
You know, they're the same people that finance the slave trade, stole our nationality, the elite bankers and whatnot.
They put us on slave ships. And then the so-called Jews put us on slave ships, right?
Then
they created, what was that?
I think that all of us are gonna have different versions of history based on whomever's telling the story and whoever the story benefits.
The story can be changed as well.
The story can be changed. So what I think we should do is be as kind and loving to each other right now,
Of course.
this moment.
Well, I
And-
think we're being very kind to you, but the
No,
thing
we-
is, when
I
the
think-
Lord comes back,
I
things
think-
will be a little different.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I think you are being very kind. I hope you think I'm being kind to you too.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, he took the time.
Real
to talk.
cunning.
Yeah, huh?
Real cunning. Real cunning.
Yeah, serpent like 2 Thessalonians 1:6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with God to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. Now you seem very educated. I know you know what recompense is.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Look at this. Look at this. You want to watch some fun? Come here, girl. Look at her. So
Smart. Okay, the serpent.
Right, doesn't she? This dog came from Africa.
Oh yeah.
She is an African dog.
What? West Coast? Let me guess. West Coast.
Oh, are you okay?
Oh, Esau, man.
All right, yeah, Esau.
Tangled up.
It starts to get too hot for Esau.
And what's your name again?
Karathaza. Karathaza.
Karatha, nice to meet you. My name is Daisy, and this is Sophie.
Daisy.
Yep. Come on, Sophie.
Okay.
Thanks.
In the Daisy's in the days.
Daisy is in the
But
Dukes.
you see, that's how Esau comes, bro. They want us to, oh yeah, I'm so
Yeah, we
awful.
love you.
But they don't want to go into slavery though. It was
Yeah.
so awful, right?
Yeah.
But you don't want to go into slavery though. You don't want to pay, man.
Right.
And that's, again, it all goes back to the puppets, bro. These fucking puppets, man. And she's coming in that spirit. Oh, Fredrick Douglass, he was such a good guy. He was educated.
He had land.
Yeah, talking about
houses.
he went to D.C. and got land too. Come on, man. We too smart for you Edomites.
And you
man.
saw what she did with the dog.
What's up?
She tried to escape her way out of it by playing with the dog and hurt the dog.
Exactly.
Like a
man.
damn snake.
The white man's the devil, man.
She's going into slavery, like all of them.
We got, how many minutes we in?
36.
Fuck, man, we'll wrap up soon. Man. You guys. Oh, did you have something you want to bring up?
You can bring it out for me. I got it on my note.
Yeah. We can wrap up soon a little bit.
Done. Let me see here.
I just think we all just need to be good to each other. You ain't want saying that hundreds of years ago.
Right.
They didn't even say that hundreds. They didn't even say that 40 years ago. White only bathrooms, white only water fountains, man.
Right.
Now all of a sudden we just gotta love one another, bro. When that's not in their characteristics.
Right.
Edomites, man.
You give me a Lamentations 2:17, bro. Because in this place we're not gonna win. That's why we're waiting on the Lord. Okay.
Yeah,
we want everything on the other side, man.
Exactly, man. Lamentations 2:17. The Lord have done that which he have devised. He have fulfilled his word that he have commanded in the days of old. He have thrown down, and he have not pitied, and he have caused thine enemy to rejoice over thee.
Yep.
He have set up the horn of thine adversary.
Exactly. And that's what's going on in this place by using these assholes. Okay? Fredrick Douglass, Abraham Lincoln, Washington, all these devils, all these damn idols. Okay? Albert Pike, all these damn, he fought for the South. He was a Freemason. You know what I'm saying? This is the place where our enemy is gonna win until they fall.
That's right, man.
Okay? The dominoes are gonna they're stacking up to the very tip top, and then eventually it's gonna fall back where it started. Okay?
Yeah, my name's Daisy. I'm gonna go meditate.
What's your name?
Yeah.
What's your name?
What's your name?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Exactly. I was ready to get ignorant. Like, just call me master. But
Yeah.
I didn't even need to take it there, man.
Yeah.
She's gonna bow down to me regardless, man.
Yep,
She
yep.
doesn't even know it.
She's gonna bow down to our
And you ain't
Lord.
even know it. She's gonna bow down. And really, she's like, when I told her we were college students, right?
Yeah.
She was probably like, oh, these are some educated Negroes.
Oh, she said, "Oh, you don't know? You don't know nothing, nigga."
Right. And I clearly said, what do you know about them? So
Yeah.
she just assumed I didn't know shit. That's how the white man does, man.
Right. She think we're just niggers.
You know? But I mean, yeah, bro.
Hey, and guess what? Fuck you, Fredrick Douglass. Get ready to go. He's ready for slavery.
I hope he is a terror.
Yeah.
We're gonna put him in. We're gonna put a chain around his neck, man.
Right.
Close up on this preset right here. Unless you got something else you want to bring out.
Let me check. Let me get 1 Corinthians 4:10.
We are fools.
Huh?
We are fools for Yahushua. That's what you want?
Yeah. 4 and 10. 1 Corinthians 4 and 10.
All right, 1 Corinthians 4 and 10. Shit, hold on. Slide it. 1 Corinthians 4 and 10. We are fools for Yahushua's sake, but ye are wise in Yahushua. We are weak, but ye are strong. Ye are honorable, but we are despised.
Exactly, and we're despised in this place. We're fools. We're fools for Yahushua's sake, but we are wise in the Lord, okay? Just like that devil that came up. We go out there, week in, week out, Lord willing, every Saturday, whenever we can, okay? And we're wise in the Lord, okay? We're fools for the Lord. Even though they look at us like we're fools, we're hated, for the Lord. But at the end, the Lord is gonna, He's gonna magnify Himself and us. We're joint heirs with Him, okay? The Heavenly Father is gonna get His glory.
Yeah, and she talking about Jesus. She don't know damn thing. She's talking about, hey, Jesus coming back. She came in that love spirit, man.
Yeah.
He's not coming back to love you, man.
She think we're fooled by Christianity. She didn't know that we knew the Bible. She looked real stupid when you brought those precepts.
Yeah, she looked afraid, man.
Yeah.
But hey, with that, we all praise to Yahweh.
Yahweh.
Bashem Yahushua.
Bashem Yahushua.
That belongs to the apostles GMS.
Con.
Shalom to the Akim.
Yep.
All right. And death to America.
Death to America, man.
The whole earth gonna get cleansed, man.
Yep.
Shalom.
Shalom.